When you get that value system in place and you have that red thread, there are things you can do that will accelerate. Typically, to shift a culture is a 3 to 5 year process. But there are transformational accelerators that will make that go not just faster, but much, much smoother. The number one is the extent to which the organization trusts that top executives are truly committed to their stated values and emotionally engaged in leading the effort. Number two, the extent to which leaders have been selected who have high credibility as the kind of leader who could actually pull this off. Sidebar, when you promote people who are not aligned with the values you state, you damage your credibility as a leader. When you allow people to be promoted who are not walking the talk of the values you claim you want to create, your credibility as a leader goes down. And when your credibility goes down, the trust that your team has in you goes down. The extent to which the effort is viewed as long-term rather than one more management by BS flavor of the month. That's bestseller. The extent to which resources are devoted to communication and training at every level of the organization. The extent to which employees understand what is changing, where this is headed, and why it's necessary. The extent to which a game plan is implemented which has measurable and visible markers of progress, but which is not so rapid as to induce anxiety. The extent to which middle management buys in by walking the talk. Now, middle management is usually where every change initiative gets derailed. The top of the organization, bought in. The bottom of the organization, ready for it. The middle of the organization, weebies. We be here when you got here, we be here when you gone. So you've got to really think about how you lead change if you're going to take and create sustainable culture shift. It does not happen by accident. And again, your organization cannot change, it cannot go faster than its lowest common trust denominator. The extent to which executives are willing to change current operating systems, eliminate mixed messages, and align systems with the desired values and culture. See, what happens is we tend to buy in on everything else until it comes to actually having to do the work of changing the systems. The forces of mediocrity are ardent advocates of the status quo. And they are effective lobbyists for not letting anything change. So part of what you've got to be willing to do is say, we are so committed to this direction, we are so committed to this vision and this value system of who we want to become, that you're going to have to get on board or get off the train. And we're going to eliminate those who are not on board with the culture, which means you have to change your systems to measure more and evaluate more than just whether an engineer can draw a straight line or not. We've got to move to a much higher, more sophisticated level of evaluating leaders and not just evaluating employees. Those have to come together. When we start thinking about changing the organization, it's easy to lose heart. It's easy to throw in the towel. It's real hard to take and say, I believe in this so strongly, I'm going to push against the forces of mediocrity. but the payoff is huge. The payoff for your organization, the payoff for your community is absolutely phenomenal. But it's not easy to get there. You have to have an incredible strength of will to overcome the forces of mediocrity. And what you've got to do as well is you've got to really work a plan for how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to go. And more significantly, how to go from who you are to who you want to become as an organization.